It is Tuesday, and that means it's time to learn about some great books to read. And here to help us is Arise News book editor and CEO of the Human online bookstore, Marva Allen. Hey, Marva.
Hi, Debbie. How are you?
Doing good. You are sort of veering from our normal course and brought some novellas with you today.
I did. You know, it's such an important part of the literary scene. And as you know, Alice Munro, who won the Nobel Prize for Literature, was a great short story writer. And it just doesn't get as much due. So I wanted to bring it up. You know, it's a great thing to have for the holiday as well, reading shorter works. And today I'm talking about A Day, which is by Rebecca Walker. She is the daughter of the famed
Alice Walker.
And a very, very, very great writer in her own rights. Burst on the scene with her Black, Jewish, and White book, and now A Day is a novella and a love story. And, you know, let me just read a little passage for you, and you will kind of find out exactly what it's about.
Okay.
It says, for the first few weeks of travel, it was as if I had been asleep for 1,000 years. I've been all over America, but hadn't yet seen the bridges of Prague, the arches of Auschwitz, the ports of Gorée. I hadn't walked the streets of Paris at night or wandered the enormous Buddhas of Angkor. I hadn't sipped water from the chalice well of the foot of Glastonbury Tor or gawked at the Harajuku girls in Tokyo. All of these places live within me now. That was before I met A Day. Wow. And so she's a young student at Yale, just graduated, decided to travel the world, specifically to Africa for 2 years. And she goes off the coast of Kenya and meets this amazing guy. They fall in love sort of thing. And very soon you think they're going to want to marry, but then the realities of two different worlds come into place. And, you know, it's so hard to give up love in the face of that kind of reality, but sometimes you just have to. And this is a wonderful, bittersweet story, very innocent.
Oh, that means I'm going to need my tissue for this
book,
it means
right? You're going to need your tissue for this book.
You know, it's really quite amazing, because I'm sure Rebecca Walker wants to be a writer. She is a writer in her own right. She wants to be her own woman, but I can hear her mother in that writing, in that little piece.
Absolutely.
Can't you?
I mean, a stone doesn't fall too far from the tree, as they always say. And this is the kind of writing she grew up on. Yeah. So it makes very, very good sense. It's very great. I mean, you can tell the story just in that one passage. And you know, as a novella, you have to get everything compressed into a very short space.
Right, you don't have
much time. And she's done an amazing story. You feel the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Neat, neat, neat. Okay, that's A Day by Rebecca Walker. Okay, so what else do you have?
I have a book of poetry by this amazing poet called Lorna Goodison. She's also a painter and painted the cover of her book. She is the protege of the Nobel Prize laureate Derek Walcott. And she is she's written numerous books of poetry, many, many short fiction, and absolutely a memoir. And this is her new book. She's Jamaican, and she writes a lot about culture and heritage. And this book is about the influence of the Spanish on Jamaica. And it's called Supplying Salt and Light by Lorna Goodison. And I'm just going to read a quick passage, because even briefer is what you have to do with poetry than with a novella. And so this is, I believe, for her husband, Ted.
Okay.
And it says, there he was, great bear of my dreams, crossing the road just outside Gibbons in no particular hurry, like a long-legged, pigeon-toed man with a giant presidential bopping cool. Bear just ambled, slightly shambolic, dipped in front of the car. My heart leapt, you, love, were hoping I had not seen.
Oh,
I mean, that's a whole story in just a few stanzas, right?
Absolutely. You know what's great? That's poetry I can understand.
That is absolutely.
Because people can be intimidated by poetry.
People can be very intimidated by poetry, but you know, it is, you have to be such a good writer to write great poetry, because you're telling stories in very few stanzas, you know, and Lorna Goodison is one of the best, absolutely one of the best out there. So I'm really excited about this new book of hers. I read everything she brings out, so, you know, it's really good.
That sounds like a good one to read, like with your significant other, you know,
sit and
read them to each other.
It is, it absolutely is. It's a fun book, and it's a great thing to read to your children as well, so they can appreciate how important poetry is in
All
literature.
right. Marva Allen, thank you so much.
You're
It's Ade
welcome.
and Supplying Salt and Light.
Salt and light,
All
yes.
right, great. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching Arise America. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.